Welcome back to the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers. Let's take a look at the lineups as the Alabama fans looking on in the PMAC. Cassie Martin, the freshman, Courtney Prize, and Ashley Miles, the senior, looking to lead this team. Lori, as well as Dana Folletti, and then Terin Humphrey. And we start off with Ashley Miles, the senior. So much confidence and poise for the senior, the All-American. It's a special day for Ashley, and she's here to tell us exactly why.
I mean, I've heard people say magical things happen when sports, you combine sports and birthdays, so hopefully tonight will be one of those nights.
Maybe we'll see a perfect 10?
Oh, we'll see. I'll try.
And how special that would be on her 21st birthday, Lori. She's done it before.
Scoring a perfect 10 is truly a magical thing, but her best chances of getting that perfect score will come later in this competition on floor and vault, where she has been a national champion. Starting off on bars with Shaposhnikova. Here comes her tough release element right here. It's a Hindorf. That is the one skill that she missed against Georgia earlier this season. Tonight she is on. Beautiful handstand position. Just the dismount, giant full. Double layout, comes off a little bit slow and flat, has to take the step on the landing. But she hits that release element. Ashley has been in and out of this bar lineup all season because she's had some shoulder injury problems. She goes for this release move so aggressively that makes it big and high and very impressive, but also a little risky. Huge chance of her missing that element.
So out of a 10, she scores a 9.825 on the bars. And as you see on vault, LSU coming up. Terry Gibson, Kelly Phelan, Nikki Butler, Emily Ellis, and April Burkholder, the 9-time All-American on the vault. But this is Nikki Butler, Lori.
Before the athletes compete, they have a 3.5-minute team toucher, 2 vaults right before the event begins, and Nikki just nailed her vault in the warm-up. Can she do it again? Yes! Really looking for that landing, and she holds on to it nice and tight.
Yep, she stuck that landing, Lori. So out of a 10, let's see what they give Nikki Butler for the LSU Tigers.
This is one of those vaults that scored out of a 10. It's a very popular vault in the college competitions. Yurchenko layout full, almost looks like she's going to come in a little bit short, but she does a good job of pulling the arms out, bending the knees to absorb the power.
For the Alabama Crimson Tide, Melanie Banville on bars, Lori.
Melanie brings so much talent to this team, one of Alabama's fantastic freshmen. You know, about half of Alabama's routines have come from their 8-member freshman class. Such a young team doing so well. Toe on, giant full to Kachev, not a problem. Straddle back in handstand, toe on, back up to the high bar. She hits another handstand. Of course, at this point in the season, you want to hit the details like those stuck landings. Great routine for Alabama from Melanie Banville.
A 9.875. It seems like both teams are very focused on sticking the landings, Lori.
Well, that was Alabama's first stick of the night, and landings are crucial this year with a 10th deduction coming for every step. That's up to a half a point deduction per event. That's huge, especially in an intense competition like this.
So a nice routine by Melanie Banville, a member of the 2004 Canadian Olympic team, and from one Olympian to another Olympian, it's Terin Humphrey, the United States Olympian for the Bama Tide, and for LSU, it's April Burkholder taking her reps on the vault. We'll be back to find out how she does. Welcome back to the PMAC, LSU and the Alabama Crimson Tide. We start off with Emily Ellis, who comes back from a broken arm last year, sat out almost half the season, Lori. Let's see if that has any ill effect on her in her routine here on the vault.
Well, Emily has been very consistent for the Tigers this year and coming on strong lately. Big time vaulter here, Yurchenko half front layout. Amazing landing.
Wow. So out of a 10, a 9.950 for Emily Ellis. Obviously no ill effects from that broken arm she suffered last year.
Not a problem here. A little bit scary on the landing. Take a look. She lands quite stiff with the knees. You have to be careful. You don't want to take too many landings like that. It's tough on the back and it can be tough on the knees, but without a doubt, that was a stuck landing. And of course, she's going to get the big score.
And of course, that'll help LSU's cause, but The Olympian, Terin Humphrey, just a sophomore, tries to respond for the Crimson Tide on bars.
And talk about the accolades on this event. The Olympic silver medalist, NCAA champion, and she's won 6 out of 7 titles on this event this year. Nice combination work into a Horkina release move. Terin does a great job of finishing all of her pirouette work in the handstand position. Bail to handstand there. Again, hitting another handstand. The details are very nice. Just the landing now, and nope, she has to take a step.
So a deduction for that, Lori, on the landing, a 9.850 for the silver medalist, Terin Humphrey, one more time.
Scored out of a 10, so there is a 10.5 deductions taken throughout this routine. 1/10 was taken for the step on the landing. She did an excellent job again with the details, hitting the handstands, so there's really not a lot of deductions taken within the routine.
So after the first rotation, the bar scores for Alabama. Melanie Banville, the best score so far, 9.875. The overall cumulative score after the first rotation, you see 49.025. Now we go to the 9-time All-American for LSU, April Burkholder on vault. Skip Bertman in the left-hand side of your screen, the LSU athletic director, 5 national titles as manager of the baseball team, Lori.
You think that's making her a little nervous as she heads down for her vault? Yurchenko layout full, overpowers it a little bit, does have to take that step back, a mandatory 1/10 deduction.
So a 9.825 for April.
April is an aggressive and very quick-twitched athlete, which helps on this event, but she needs to learn how to really take that power and push it up into the air to stall the rotation so she doesn't over-rotate and have to take that step on the landing. She can potentially score a perfect 10 on this vault.
Well, Lori, because of 2 landing deductions, they had 2 low scores to start, but the rest of the team builds up momentum. LSU with a cumulative score after the first rotation of 49.075. So that means LSU has a slight lead after the first rotation. We'll be back here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center to see if Alabama can respond.